Shalom, shalom. Welcome to Sessions, where if it's one thing for certain, it's two things for sure. In the garden of life, you reap what you sow. A seed doesn't grow despite, but because of its conditions, and anyone talking down on you because the path that you're on is dark or covered with dirt, is forgetting where the Most High has the seed grow best. This game two with me and AJ, y'all saw game one. Game one, everything was falling down. Everything was knocked down. All my shots, pretty much. This game was a little bit more of a struggle. If it's one thing that I say about this game is pacing. So not being worried if you're missing shots. Of course, I expect anybody that I play and anybody that loses the first game, you're gonna see better defense the second game. So that's something that you got to anticipate. But also, if you're playing any type of long game or if you're playing any type of tournament, you want to pace yourself throughout and want to make sure AJ, like I said, has or unorthodox style, like with him when he plays. So all the shots that he takes is gonna be. If you're not expecting it, you're not expecting it, and this is just another check. But like I said, the name of the game for this one was really pacing. You can't get discouraged because of what you see happening in the game. You can't be discouraged if you miss shots. If you really put in the time that you say that you put in, then you know that you can just go find your spot and start knocking down the shots that you're supposed to knock down like that. So I mean that's the same way with our spiritual walk when we're on a walk with the Most High. Is about pacing. You know, we want to run to the finish line, of course, and we want to work and do the stuff that we're supposed to. But the Most High is not in a rush. He knows how much time He's given us, and He knows what we're supposed to do in our lives, and He knows that we have to reach the point to where we're ready to take on the mission that He's given us, and to live our lives according to that. And it's like but it's about pacing. You take your time day in and day out. This game is a result of practice. Me getting to the spots that I'm getting to and being able to knock down the shots. It may seem like I'm just taking a couple dribbles and shooting or whatever, but this is a lot of practice over and over. Misdirection, Euro. You know, it's a good shot to be able to use, especially if you feel like you're being crowded in the paint. What you gonna do? You know, and if you don't have any strategies for what somebody's giving you on the other side, what are you gonna do? And where do you get that from if you don't spend that time developing? And if it's developing in hoop, it's developing in hoop. If it's developing spiritually for the Most High, and then that's what counts the most. He called that a foul. That's why I'm shooting right there. If you're wondering why it's a random shot, I'm notorious for two things when I'm playing ones, and that's not calling my fouls and also giving myself less points than what it is. But at this point, I should have called that foul. There was another one that I should have called, but I didn't. At least on this one, I got back and played semi good defense. But he hit a good shot. Like I said, it's a unorthodox style, but it's effective. And he's shooting that shot because he will knock it down. Like he will get hot, knock down two or three. So don't let the fact that it. And that's one thing about too. If you're confident in yourself and your abilities, you're not worried about if it's missing. It's a difference between a good miss and a bad miss. If everything is an air ball or all far right, far left, it's a bad miss. But if you're in the wheelhouse of the rim, it's a good miss. Keep your shoulder squared to the rim. That one I figured I was going to get crowded like I did on the last one. So I did a one step, which was a variation on the last jump shot. Leg day is important, not just in sports, but in life in general, is for our balance and all that. Good little midi knockdown. Don't be afraid to shoot. Don't be afraid to shoot the mid range shot. Like, don't be afraid to knock that down at all. That one I should have made, but I jumped sideways. It's important to keep your shoulders. If you see my shoulders was not squared to the rim, we'll go back and just run it back real quick. But when I took this shot, my shoulders should have been a lot more squared. You see, I got one behind the other instead of shifted all the way. That way, at the least, I would have caught the foul for sure. But jumping away from the defense is never good. Don't be scared of contact. This we hoping. AJ going back out to the line. And one thing that I can tell when I'm playing somebody is their fatigue level. So for a lot of these shots, I'm kind of playing back. I'm conserving my energy because I know that we got a few more games coming after this, no matter what. But I'm also trying to end it. Something I should have made. Once again, when you're playing defense, If you get beat, one thing that I feel like if you get beat, you get beat. If you got the room to make the jump, you can make the jump. But I should have been more careful. I probably should have took the shot right there instead of trying to go all the way. But that's a real close follow, and I should have made the lay. I should have made the lay, to be honest, or called a foul, whichever one. But that's not a strong enough foul to call. That should have been a knockdown. That's a good shot. And then going back to the three, it's going back to the knockdowns. Like I said, it's all about your pacing. So it's 10-2 right now. Really, I'm trying to kill it. I'm trying to end it. I'm trying to end the game. But taking bad shots, not once, like I said, not calling fouls and all that stuff. That's gonna lose you games. But also, just are you willing to? So you got to play offense and defense too. It's not just one way. So you give up a lot of points, it's gonna be a longer game for you, especially if you're trying to come back. That's a good knockdown. Like I said, he will knock them down. 10-5. We're going 10-7. Another good knockdown. So I'll let like one or two of those go in the game, but it's really not gonna be too much of that. At that point, I would have closed out, but went inside. Kind of let me off the hook with this play. And to be honest, I appreciate it. And then I'm supposed to go back and end the game. I got 10 points right now, but like I said, it's about pacing. When you see the thing that you've been praying for, when you see that stuff starting to happen, do you try and rush it? Do you try and just run for the end, and you don't know if there's any more obstacles or anything left for you to beat? That was a good shot though. I should have made that too. But I mean, like I said, it's a good game too. It's a good grinded out game. These games are supposed to be close. This one I'm trying to set them up, take advantage of the foot again. That one I took advantage of a little bit of a stop, but and a little bit, and the fact that I knew I was gonna get over pursued. And so with this one, just trying to set up the feet and a lot of things that you're looking for when you're dribbling. One, you're looking for the position of the other player. Once he put that second foot up, I knew I was gonna pass, and I knew that also that he was gonna over pursue after that stop. So with this one, that's why I took the stop and kind of jumped more straight up. But it's about the adjustments, pacing, and in real life, that's a 3-point play. So it's still a good little bucket. And you can see, you're just trying to, when you practice all the time and you know where your spots are, you start setting people up to your spots. You know where you're going, but you don't know where you're going at the same time. On this, bad shot, but not worried about it. Not a bad shot, but a miss, not worried about it. Good too, good confident too. Now it's 11-9. And so the thing once again about game two is that game two and game three is kind of swing games depending on how long the series go. But if somebody loses the second game, especially when they get close in that game, then it's kind of like what do they say? Take the wind out your sails. Like you got knocked in the gut, and then taking speed advantages, stopping goals. That should have won it. That was 12 points. But like I said, I'm notorious for two things, and giving myself lower in the score is one of them. Getting to the lane, getting a good little lay, and that's game. But like I said, we worried about pacing. But at the end of the day, it's not about winning or losing or anything like that. It's about glorifying the Most High with the vessels that He gave us. We only got one vessel to walk this whole earth with, and if we don't put the time in and take care of it, whether it be through physical activity, lifting weights, the way that we eat, the way that we think, there's a lot of things that go into taking care of your body, but doing that shows the Most High that you're appreciative for what He's giving you, and He'll give you the longevity out of it. I mean, all you got to do is do your part, and He'll give you exponential growth that you'll see. And like I said, you'll have that longevity and be able to play or do whatever you need to do, be around for your children, be healthy and strong so you can pick them up and move around, and be healthy and strong for your spouse so you can pick them up and move them around. But we take care of our bodies around here, and it's all glory and praise to the Most High. there's more games, we'll put up more games. I see if he's got a dub in the vaults or something like that. But until then, shalom, shalom.